Heads up, this podcast more than likely contains strong language, tongue-in-cheek humor, and suggestive remarks.
Hello and welcome to the Hyper Podcast, where two likable people who like talking talk to people they like about the things that the people they like to see if we could like it too. I'm here today with a very special guest indeed, second time guest in fact. Please welcome Em.
Hello.
Hello. And it's just us two today. It's very intimate. It's very
Personal.
It is. It's personal. It's a bit saucy. Maybe not saucy. Maybe saucy is the wrong word. But
Tell me how you really feel.
we are having a kind of virtual candlelit dinner. Just me and you, baby.
That's the dream.
How are you? What's going on?
I am okay. I am far too warm. Living in the big smoke is not ideal in repeated heat waves.
The big city.
Yes, the big city. The big city with very little air conditioning in most places.
Which we
How are you?
discovered last week, didn't we? Because I was also in the big city.
You were in the big city, and I was dragging you around various places trying to find air conditioning until we reached a point where we found somewhere with such good air conditioning we were actually too cold.
Yeah, we got cold. Which
is something special.
Yeah. It was a board games cafe. And it was lovely. That and the aircon at the photography part of the V&A.
Yes.
Lovely
In fact,
stuff.
that was a perfect little moment of quiet time because you and the skinny man you live with.
Yeah.
I can't remember if you've named him yet.
Sexy man. Yeah, sexy man George. Yeah.
Yeah, sexy man George. I feel uncomfortable saying that. Yes, you and George could wander around, and I just found myself a little chair to sit on in the AC, and ended up gabbing with some older ladies while they killed some time before their afternoon tea.
Oh my god, that's the dream, isn't it? I would love to be killing time before an afternoon tea.
I know.
Like, oh my gosh.
No.
I was pretty entranced by I love when there's like old paintings and old tapestries that totally don't understand what a dog looks like. Or at least the way they do dogs is so alien that you just end up staring at it thinking, who did that and why? Do you know what I mean?
I love how sometimes you get dogs that have such incredibly human faces.
Yeah.
Like, what's that about? Is that just because for centuries we have like humanized our pets, or is it just that people were really bad at like painting and tapestryizing dogs?
I don't know because, yeah, other animals don't seem to get this level of, like, it's the eyes, I think. It's the soulful eyes. Like, they're not giving chickens the same eyes. Do you know what I mean?
They're not, but
Cats.
they were giving like snails swords.
Yeah, but that's whimsy. That's different to
Apparently, it was something to do with the French.
what, snails having swords.
Yeah, I can't remember. I just remember like going on a bit of a rabbit hole about the snails with swords. And no one really knows why there was a period of time where snails always had swords.
That's interesting.
If
I thought it was...
anyone knows the answers, drop it in the comments because I'm dying to go back down this rabbit hole. Please don't make me open Wikipedia.
Why do snails have swords? Actually, that reminds me, I'm seeing a lot, and this might just be the old Pinterest algorithm talking, but I'm seeing a lot of medieval whimsical tattoos.
I think that's your Pinterest algorithm though. But
Maybe.
in fairness, I think that sort of level of like whimsy is back in,
Yeah, people are whimsical.
Well, when the world is burning around you, whimsy is all you've got left.
Yeah, totally true. Yeah. And whimsical, I saw someone getting a back piece, which was two medieval like borzoi dogs. Oh my god, it was amazing. I just thought,
Incredible.
oh, I want a big ass dog in a medieval robe or something on my back.
Like tattooed on your back.
Maybe not on my back. I want to see it. Probably on my leg.
I don't really see that for you, I'll be honest.
No.
I see it as like a tapestry in your home, but not so much a big tattoo on you.
Yeah, and I'd probably get fed up of it really, really sharpish. But it's a thought, and I do like seeing it on Pinterest. So.
Well, yes, but one can appreciate looking at something before getting tattooed on you. Although I am not one to talk because many of my tattoos are just I saw an artist doing a thing I liked and paid them money to put it on me permanently. Like, in fact, there's several of them that I decided that day that's what I'd get, and that's what I got.
So you're just talking out your ass then when you're saying, "Oh,
No, no, no. What I'm saying is that we are very different.
that's true."
Like,
I'm not a
like
spur of the moment girl. That's been established.
But also, I think it's a difference between no tattoos and lots of tattoos
Yeah.
because I definitely wasn't doing that like the first time. Actually, I tell a little bit of a lie.
Oh no.
Well, my first tattoo was actually a design I stole from a t-shirt I liked and sort of spontaneously decided that. But there was a little bit of thought went into it. But it was kind of just like I liked this t-shirt design and got it. But
Which one was your
um
first one?
I have this yin and yang on my back, and
Oh yeah,
it's actually like a paisley print, and I had a real obsession with paisley when I was younger.
I remember.
Um, in fact, I'm wearing a pair of paisley shorts. Oh no, they're not paisley, but they're very paisley-esque style from that era. But it's funny, I got that tattoo on my 18th birthday, and at the time it was really about like I was having like mental health problems, and it was really about like like trying to find a sense of like balance between like all these like feelings I was having. And then about like 8 years later, I realized I was non-binary, which feels like it just fits even more with this idea of yin yang, because yin yang is about the two genders and finding balance between them within yourself. And I just thought that was like when I came to that realization, I realized that this tattoo that I got on my 18th birthday was even more kind of resonant with me now than it was when I got it.
Yeah, I think that hits different to a borzoi and a medieval tunic, which is what I would steer towards. But, you know, each their own.
Yeah, but in fairness, I do also have a tattoo of Luma from Mario Galaxy on fire
On your butt?
on my butt. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Revealed for all the internet to know the
On your
intricate details of
butt.
my arse. um and that was just a flash sheet that my artist was doing, and I decided it would be fun, and then I decided it would be funnier if I got it on my butt.
How's the pain level when you get tattooed on the arse?
Not bad because I've got a fat arse.
Okay, that's good to know.
So like in general, the rule of thumb with tattoos is like the thinner the skin and the closer to bone, the more painful it is. So if you're in an area of like quite a lot of fat or quite a lot of muscle, it's usually not too bad. So I have a full sleeve, and like the ones that the worst are the ones like near the elbow, or any that are like vaguely near the armpit suck.
Okay.
um but in general, yeah, like kind of fattier spots are not too bad.
Okay. Good to know. I don't think I
Also,
could
it's
get a
about
tattoo on my butt, to be fair.
it's also about time. So like a tattoo that takes an hour is way less painful than a tattoo that takes 4 hours,
Yeah.
because you're often going over the same like spot repeatedly, and that's the bit that's really painful because it's like that kind of like repeated shading, really uncomfy.
Hmm. I wonder whether
But you've got your. Oh, sorry.
go on. Go on.
I was going to say, I don't know if this is for the internet's knowledge, but
Mm.
you've got your first ever tattoo booked.
Booked in, yeah, next month.
Tell us about it.
Well, I don't even know what it's going to be yet. I know that it's going to be inspired by an album cover from my favorite band, The Features. Shout out The Features.
Shout out the features. Come on the pod.
Come on the pod, boys. I did an episode all about you. Um, not to be creepy, but I have done an episode all about you. And yeah, there's an album cover which is for an album called Some Kind of Salvation, which came out, I think it came out in about 2012, but I'm not certain. I was listening to it around then. And the cover has got a load of vegetables on it and two lions and a big hammer in the middle, and it's all themed like on the different songs on the album. And I wanted to get the carrot tattooed on my arm because I thought it would be nice. I wanted like a long one for the long piece of my arm going up and down. And it's going to be done in a black and white kind of lino print, wood print style, which I really like. So yeah, and then I might get another one on the other arm, which is the hammer, but I haven't decided yet. I'm going to see how painful the carrot is first, or
So do
whatever.
you know the size of it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like about 2 inches long.
2 inches. Oh, that's quite small.
Yeah, it's not going to be crazy.
No, it's just the way you said like along the bit of your arm. I was like imagining suddenly you had a whole forearm covered in a carrot, and I was like, that's quite major for your first tattoo.
No, it's only going to be a
But
small
two
one.
inches is not
Yeah.
too bad. And although I suppose because of the style you're getting, it might be quite a lot of shading.
Potentially. I don't know what he's doing yet. So the tattoo artist that I'm going to, he's going to draw up a couple of designs that I can pick from, which would be good. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not really that nervous about it hurting. I think it's going to be fine. It's only an hour, or he said it was probably going to take an hour. So
Does he know that you might get the second one?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
So
Because like if he thinks you're only getting one and he's only time for an hour, then
well, I might not do it the same day. I might just see how it
right,
goes.
yeah.
I'm partly
Yeah.
worried that my body's just going to reject the ink or something.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't be.
Okay.
That's pretty rare.
Okay.
I mean, also like not being funny. If my body can handle it, we're just made from like just like the junk someone pulled out of their rubbish bin. I think yours will be okay.
Paper mache and spit.
Yeah. Well, I think paper mache is a bit generous because that's like hardened glue. It's more like paper mache that's still wet
Nice.
and
Yeah.
spit.
The picture of
Um,
health.
yeah, quite literally. I think I've had enough like medical scans that now you probably could build a full body picture pretty much. Um, but yeah, no, I think you'll be okay. Um, and I think the arm is a good place to start. It's
Yeah.
it's easier to heal because like you can like really see it and keep an eye on it. One of my like top tips tattoo aftercare is anytime it feels itchy, just moisturize it.
Okay.
Because
Moisturize it.
like
Okay.
basically you just don't want it to dry out, and when it's healing it gets like itchy because it's like scabbing and stuff, and you just moisturize it as soon as it starts feeling a little bit itchy. You just put moisturizer on it.
Okay. I
um
can do that.
but
That's fine.
yeah, and your tattoo artist will give you like loads of tips, but it's really like it's not too bad. Like the hardest ones I've had to heal have been in places where like there's a lot of friction. So like I have one on my ankle that was a real like, can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. I couldn't remember. It was a real bitch to heal because of like socks and
Yeah, I
shoes,
can imagine.
and like the color just kept dropping out. I had to have it touched up a bunch of times, and it just like really didn't heal well.
Mm.
Um, but that was like purely just because of like the friction.
Mhm.
And sometimes like bodies are a bit more like picky with colored ink. So you're getting black ink, you're getting in a place that's like really easy to take care of. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you, my darling. We're here to talk about your hyperfixation of the moment.
Mhm.
And I'm going to guess it.
Yep.
So I'm going to start off with, is it food?
It is not food.
All right. Is it music?
It is not music.
Is it a hobby?
It is a hobby.
Okay, it's a hobby. Is it a digital or an analog hobby?
Um, I suppose it's analog of those two.
Does it involve um a needle and thread?
It is not.
Okay, so it's not anything to do with cross stitch or crochet or knitting or anything like that. Okay.
Well, not that it is knitting, but I would argue that knitting is not done with a needle and thread either.
Well, that's what I mean is, like
I know.
needle and something
Yarn.
yarn, yeah. Okay. Is it creative?
No.
Okay.
Well, nah, not really. I
Is
think you
it
could argue there could be creative elements to it, but no.
is it a brain off hobby or a brain on hobby?
Oh, interesting. Personally, I think it's a brain off hobby, but in the kind of sense of like, you probably should be using your brain a little bit more than you usually do. You know how, like, when you're driving and you're driving a route that you know,
Yeah.
and your brain switches off a little bit, and then you come back to it and you're like, oh, probably should be focusing a little bit more.
Yeah. Do you ever like get that thought where you're like, I'm just gonna go into the oncoming traffic?
Yeah, although the last time I had those kind of thoughts, I had to stop driving for a couple of weeks because I was just too sad. So,
Okay. Moving on.
but I no, but
Moving.
like no, I know what you mean though. Like I think more generally when I'm driving, sometimes I like snap back into it and I'm like, oh my God, I could have like caused some horrible accident because I was not paying full attention to what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know that I've got pretty good reaction times because um once I was driving my mum and I back from the beach, and it was like a dual carriageway, like 60, and this woman like just started pulling out into the traffic
Mm,
almost directly in front of me, and I like had to like honk the horn, like push on the brakes. Luckily she stopped in time, but
mm.
like I was cool, calm and collected, and my mum screamed her head off.
Oh no.
And oh my God, it scared the life out of me. After that, I was like, like when you're driving and something scares you and you've got to turn the music down a little bit because you're like, oh my God, I almost
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
It was a little bit like that. It was a little bit like
Yeah.
that.
I've definitely had a lot of those moments when I first started out driving. Oh my God, some of the things I did back then, I just cringe thinking about now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like, oh
Yeah.
Christ, someone should have been there and told me not to do that, but I did it anyway. Stupid shit. Anyway, okay, so you're saying it's a brain off hobby, but not completely brain off hobby.
Yeah.
Is it cooking?
No.
Okay. Is it it's not video games if it's an analog hobby.
Nope.
And it's kind of creative.
Well,
Okay.
I think that's being very generous. I think you could get a little creative with it, but by default, no, probably not. I think the internet would probably be like, "What do you mean creative?" What are you talking about?
Okay, can I get a hint?
Um, okay, of my like hyperfixations, which you know many of,
Mm.
I would say this is the one that we probably currently have the most in common for.
Really? So I know what this is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, God.
You know every single one of my hobbies.
I know, but the
We talk
second
every single day.
but the second we start this fucking guessing game, I'm like, is it color blue?
Is it
um
color blue? No, my current hyperfixation is not the color blue.
Okay, well that's one down. What else
It's just
have
all
we
the other
got?
colors left to go.
Yeah. Is it it's not reading, is it?
No,
Um
reading would be an impressive brain empty
yeah.
activity. Although I
Is
suppose
it
if you're reading some of the kind of stuff you read, probably is brain empty.
Thank you. Don't bring me and my Kobo into this, all right? Me and my Kobo, we have a lot of good time together.
It's amazing what a deep relationship you've formed in such a short time.
It is. I mean, we're soulmates. What about, is it outside or inside hobby?
Um, Actually, kind of either,
Oh,
but it's
fuck.
outside of the home. It's outside of the home. Well, I mean, you could do it at home. I don't.
Is it the gym?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Well, specifically weightlifting.
Yeah, now I see what you mean about it being not being creative, but kind of being creative.
Yeah, and like you kind of switch your brain off, but you probably should have your brain on a little bit.
Yeah, I should have fucking guessed that sooner. I really should have. Never mind.
It is, I think, and this happened the last time as well. Like I'm pretty cryptic when I answer these questions because I take them all so literally. Like I'm sure if anyone else answering these questions probably would have been way clearer with their answers. But in my head, like, yeah, you could get creative with what you want to do at the gym and how you want to lift weights and how you want to do your program. And
Mhm.
I do turn my brain off when I'm doing it, but also I probably shouldn't because I'm lifting really heavy things and I don't want to hurt myself.
Yeah. This is a great topic for Teddy not to be here on because I'm fairly certain that Teddy will have very little interest in
Well, this is kind of what I was thinking because I was kind of thinking about like what I could bring because I've got like a fair few hobbies and
yes.
some of them are newer and some of them are older. The weightlifting one actually has been around now for year and a half, maybe a little longer,
Mhm.
which is maybe not a hyperfixation at that point. But it also felt like of the ones I could bring, it was the one that you'd have the most to say about, and Teddy, who's not here, would have probably the least to say
Yeah,
about, and
I could
therefore
talk about
it made.
this. Yeah, until the cows come home, man.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Let's what do you like about it?
Well, so for me, what I like about it is like how it makes me feel,
Mhm.
because, and I think a large element of it for me has been reclaiming working out because for many years as a teenager, working out was a method by which I would lose weight or try to lose weight, and it was like a form of like control and desperately trying to kind of like fit into this box that I felt like I needed to fit into.
Mm.
And then like when I started trying to accept myself a bit more, I kind of stayed away from those things because it felt hard to separate those two things. Um, but over the last few years, like my physical health hasn't been so great as I've alluded to. And like I've been trying to get myself like a little bit stronger to try and like improve my health and stuff. And
Mhm.
in that process, I've realized that actually that feeling of like feeling strong is like really freeing and like separating working out from how you look and how you like what you weigh and just having it as like how it makes you feel is so
Mm.
much more rewarding because like you're like your weight or even the look of your muscles, like that takes time, right? But how
Mm-hmm.
you feel after a workout and feeling that bit stronger actually comes really quickly.
Yeah, it's immediate. Yeah.
Yeah, like you get the dopamine and the adrenaline when you actually work out.
Mm.
And then even within like a couple of weeks, you'll notice that like you can lift a thing a little bit easier, or like you don't get as tired walking upstairs, or like really silly things like that, that
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
actually like really notice the impact of your actions. And it's like, I think in day-to-day life when you sit in front of a computer all day, like actually those activities that give you that kind of feeling of like of kind of like actual
It's like,
progress and
yeah,
gratification.
accomplishment. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And there's something just really nice about like having such a like a physical, like tactile hobby. And like, I mean, I when I first started going to the gym, it was like I was in there for like an hour and a half, like, and it
Mm.
was like really, really important part of my like week to fit in these, and like I scheduled my whole life around it. But
Mm.
as it's gone on, I've actually like I've shrunk it down a little bit to make it more manageable, of like just 20 minutes, 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to fit into my schedule. I don't have to worry about whatever else I'm doing that day. Like it will always fit in, like,
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes me like feel really good, and it really helps me feel like I'm in routine. Yeah.
Mm. That's a great answer. I totally agree. I mean, like, I have a lot of complicated feelings about exercise just from living life, and particularly
Mm,
going to a girls' school and
mm,
the obsession with the way you look. I think
mm-hmm,
for me, like, aside from the fact that I enjoy CrossFit, there's always been an undercurrent of, if you don't do this, you are lazy and you are letting yourself go. And
mm,
that was my main motivation for staying fit for most of, like, when we were at school, I used to wake up really early and do Pilates every morning because I wanted to
mm,
be the skinniest person there. And then I
mm.
stopped doing it. And then I got over that a little bit at uni and was doing it for the fun of it. So I got really into Zumba, and I love Zumba. I just think it's,
Oh, I remember that. Me too.
yeah,
Love
it's just
Zumba.
such good fun. Um, and I loved it. And that wasn't because I was trying to look skinny, that was just for the fun of it. I think when you find
Mm,
something that you actually find fun,
yeah.
it totally takes you out of the fact that you're, like like you said, it disconnects it from you have to look a certain way, and puts it back into, no, you are just doing that because it's good fun. And that's how I feel about
Yeah.
CrossFit. It's like,
Yeah.
I know that I'm not the best at it. I'm never going to be the biggest person in the room, but I love it, so I don't really
Mm,
mind. And that's much healthier, and it's taken years and years and years to get to that point, because yeah, when you're starting off with, like, you're at girls' school, everyone's trying to
yeah.
look a certain way, and then couple that
Mm,
with everything else you got going on, and then you finally move to, oh yeah, no, I'm just doing this because I really like feeling tired and worn out, and then yeah, accomplished.
yeah, and don't get me wrong, like that kind of like I still go to the scales at the gym, like, and I don't feel proud about it, and I don't love it when like nothing changes, but it also isn't making me feel like I need to work harder at the gym or give up because it's not what doing what I want it to do. Like the act of going to the gym is the thing that I'm enjoying. And like
Yeah.
actually the thing that got me back into like moving my body was also Zumba when I like moved back to
Mm.
London. Yeah, no, I got back into moving my body when I moved back to London a couple years ago, and I had just started a PhD, and I didn't know what life was going to look like. So I was in a new flat with new people, and I wanted some structure. And so I went to this Zumba class, and I loved the teacher, I loved the class, I loved some of the people who went. Like, and I went
Mhm.
like once or twice a week for months and months and months. But sadly, my health, um, my like respiratory health is not fantastic. So I kept having to take these like big breaks from Zumba,
Mm.
and I would make such progress and feel fantastic, and then I'd get sick, and go back to square one and have to start the whole process all over again. And it was so demoralizing. And
Mm.
that's where one New Year's, actually, it was a friend of ours talking about a New Year's resolution about going to the gym that made
Mm.
me finally stop putting it off. And I was like, I'm just going to do it.
Mm. Interesting.
And so I signed up for the gym. I signed up to go to a gym that I knew my flatmate went to so that I could have someone who was going, so I could force myself to go with them even if we didn't work out together, and who I
Yeah,
could ask
good
to show
move.
me things.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was more about like, okay, well, if I get stronger, that doesn't rely on me being able to breathe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't need necessarily cardio fitness to be able to do some squats or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, it really helped. And yeah, I fell in love with it really. And then I sort of found out that actually I'm a bit like a gym bro inside my brain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, lift big number, go up,
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for me, I like lifting heavy weights, but I don't like it as much as I like cardio and but like fun cardio. Like
That's
if
so fascinating to me because you always tell me when you find out it's cardio at CrossFit, you're like,
yeah, I know, but it makes me feel the best afterwards. And I
yeah,
also
yeah.
really like, so at CrossFit they do loads of, apart from like all the weightlifting stuff, there's gymnastics stuff. I really love that as
Mm.
well. So it's like doing things on a bar, like all your kipping and your doing handstands and L sits and all that kind of stuff, like calisthenics. I really enjoy that. I'm crap at it, but I really enjoy it. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff like that, like, even with, like, to a certain extent with cardio, but stuff like calisthenics and stuff that I at one point was good at. Like, I was a gymnast for a bit, or I used to run a lot, and like there are
Mm,
things that got taken away from me by like health problems or injuries and stuff. So
mm,
like I have a little bit of like still a little bit of a hang up with some of those things, either because I physically can't do them anymore, or because they're so much harder than they used to be that that it kind of takes a little bit of the joy out of doing it. Like, I don't really enjoy going for a run unless I'm going with a friend these days,
mm,
because I think about how like running used to be really fun for me, and now it's
mm,
just really difficult and I'm really slow,
mm,
and that's I think that's a hang up I want to work through, but it's easier said than done.
mm. I bloody hate running. There's never been a time in my life where I've enjoyed running.
I
Literally
mean,
never.
even then, running for me was still like a coping mechanism of like that happened like during the pandemic. So it's still me trying to
Mm,
regain some control, you know. So it still didn't necessarily come from the right place. Whereas
yeah,
I feel like weightlifting has come from the right place. It was always just about feeling stronger and like really just like taking care of my body,
yeah. Yeah, I think
which is a really
priorities
nice
shift.
reprieve.
Yeah, priorities shift a bit when you grow up and you work through your issues, I think.
Definitely,
Like,
definitely.
yeah, when I go to CrossFit, I'm just focused on not coming last and doing my best, and that's
Mm,
it. Whereas if I was doing it like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it would be absolutely a, how many calories can you burn sort of thing. And there's a
yeah.
lot of stuff that I don't do now that I know would put me back in that mindset. Like
Mm,
a lot of anything to do with calorie counting or tracking any
yeah.
kind of food, I just don't do it because I've done it before and it's not
It
good for
just
me.
spirals. It
Yeah,
spirals.
it's really
Yeah.
bad. So I just don't think about it. I just do it for the allotted time because a lot of CrossFit, or at least sometimes in CrossFit, it's like once you've done a certain amount of calories, move on to the next thing. Once you've done a certain amount of calories, move on to the next
Mm,
thing. Whereas I don't really do that. I prefer to just time it because if I look at the
yeah.
calories, I know I'm going to start
Yeah.
getting negative thoughts in my head about it. And then I just like, well, fuck
Yeah.
that. I'll just do it for 30 seconds or do it until I'm not the last
You get
person doing
tired.
it. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
But
No, definitely. Like, And to be honest, like I I had something similar where I stopped wearing like smartwatches, and
Mm,
like I stopped wearing smartwatches because I wanted to track my sleep, and this was years ago, and I just sort of got into the habit of like tracking all this data.
mm,
And at some point, like not that long ago, I just sort of decided I didn't want to be tracking all of this stuff. Like I don't need a watch to tell me that I'm gonna feel bad today because I already
yes.
know. So like, and just like having this thing. And recently I had to wear like a tracking watch because when it was like this program my doctors wanted me to do. And it was honestly such a useless program. But even then, like I was still like like checking it and being like,
Mhm.
it didn't even measure heart rate, it just measured like your movement.
Mm,
And even then I was like, oh, well, it says I'm in the red for vigorous bouts. So clearly I'm just like not doing it enough.
mm,
And I was just like, I don't like it. I don't want to know. Like, I know what feels right and I
mhm,
know what like feels healthy for me.
mhm.
So that's what I need to be doing,
Yeah,
not
totally.
like what this device tells me.
Yeah, I find I've never had a smartwatch or anything that does that, and I don't think I ever will. I think, yeah, I could very easily fall into the kind of obsessiveness of checking it and all that stuff. Like for a while I was doing like I wasn't really taking it that seriously, but there was like a book that I read called How Not to Die,
Oh yeah.
and it had like a list of things that you should eat every day, like superfoods.
Oh God, yeah. Is it all those like that, like the nuts and
Yeah.
whatevers?
And I loved that idea that there was a checklist that I could follow. And I got so obsessed with ticking every single thing off of the checklist. And it was so bloody stressful because it was
Yeah.
so not natural to me to be eating like the shit that I never incorporate into my diet anyway. So adding it and 12 other things was just a terrible move. And it lasted like maybe 2 months where I was like fairly consistently getting maybe half of them a day.
Mm.
And then I just thought, fuck that. If I die, I die. I'm not tracking how much spirulina I'm eating in a
So
week.
but also, you're already like one of the healthiest people I know. Like, you are so healthy, like exercise wise, food wise, everything. That like I can't imagine you like doing much more with it. Like to add that in is so much, it's wasted effort really, because like I bet the scientific evidence behind it is non-existent, and the relative gain is probably minimal. Like it would
Mm,
probably be really impactful for someone maybe like me who's not the healthiest individual, or like someone who doesn't make those healthy choices. But the people it's going to be most impactful for are also going to be the people who are least likely to be able to do it
mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
Yeah, that's probably true, yeah. Either way,
But
I don't recommend I recommend reading the book, but I don't recommend the list, and I don't recommend the cookbook because unless you like flavorless, and I mean flavorless food, don't get it.
mhm, mhm.
Like I tried to make they had these little like they're called super grain balls. You know, like the little,
Oh God, yeah.
yeah, I know. You just know how it tastes without even knowing what it is. It's like, oh Jesus, it's made of like dates and quinoa and chia seeds, and you just
Oh
blend
my
it all
Lord.
up, and it's supposed to taste like the most amazing sweet treat. Those fuckers tasted like
Horrible.
just health, good health,
Mm.
but the texture, oh my lord, it was
Oh
like
no.
the claggiest thing. You need like a litre of water to get one down you. It was rough. I don't recommend that cookbook. Oh dear.
I got one um from like M&S the other day, right? It was like one of these protein
Energy
balls.
balls or whatever they're called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just peanut butter and cocoa flour, then like cocoa powder essentially,
Mm.
but it was just such a bad texture. It was
Yeah.
so dry,
Yeah, the
but
dryness, yeah.
it was also rolled in cocoa powder, and
I hate that.
I was like, why would you do that? This is already so dry,
Yeah.
so dry. Like,
I hate the
why?
feeling of dusty thing. I don't like eating dusty things. Like I don't
I
like
know.
when there's powdered sugar on things. I don't like crisps like Whatsits that have powder. Like I can't bear it. It's no,
Mm.
no, no, no. And that would do the same thing because it's just like dusty chocolate. No, it's making my mouth dry thinking about it. Oh, I hate
Well,
it.
yes, exactly.
Ugh.
It's not the one. It's not the one, to be honest. Like, it makes me unhappy.
Mm. But
But yeah.
there are still some very nice cookbooks out there that do reasonably healthy food that doesn't taste like dirt. Um, and it is possible to eat nice things that, yeah, don't taste like fucking dust. There's one that I really like at the minute, which is called Grubby. That's the name of the cookbook. It's just called Grubby.
That's fun.
And the meals are really, really easy, and they have a butternut squash risotto with crispy kale. Oh my lord, it's
Very nice, very
delicious.
nice.
And the thing
I
I love
actually
about it as well is on the back they have a picture of every recipe, and then they have a rating scale of how you
oh,
rated it.
oh, nice. I like
Oh,
that.
I love it. It's so good. Why doesn't every cookbook have the glossary with a how much did you like this bar? Come on.
I want, just in general, a cookbook that has pictures for every single recipe.
Yeah, totally.
Show me. Don't tell me, show me.
Yeah, yeah. Because that's what you're
I'm
looking
I'm
at when you're flicking
5. I
through.
want the picture.
Yeah, when you're looking through, you want to know whether you're close to what you're supposed to be aiming to, you
So
know?
like it's kind of like at a restaurant, right? Sometimes when I'm reading a description of a dish, I'm like, will I like that? Do I want
Mm.
to try that? But a picture for me with food,
It paints
like
1,000
I'm,
words.
I'm yeah, well, I'm judging that book by its cover,
Rightly so.
and
Mm-hmm.
I think with food, it's like a very, very like important judgment to be able to make.
Yeah.
I get mad, especially actually restaurants more so than recipe books. I get really mad when there's not pictures because I'm like, how am I supposed to know what this is going to be? These words are telling me nothing.
I also get mad, and I don't know whether this is a hot take or not. I don't like it when the calories are listed next to the meal.
Oh no, it makes me upset, and that's a government policy.
I think it came out a few years ago, didn't it?
Yeah, it did around the same time as the sugar tax, and like I do theoretically understand the public health benefits, right?
Hmm.
I think there are bigger wins to be had, though. I think there are bigger wins.
I just think that calories can be a triggering thing for many, many people for many, many reasons. And I think people probably know if they're looking at a salad that it's going to have less calories in than a burger.
Yeah, and also like I just think it's really, really disconcerting when you see how many calories are in this thing because then you look at the menu and you're like, well, everything on this is really high.
Yeah.
Like, and it just makes you start to like question like a lot of things. I don't know. I don't like it either.
Hmm.
I what I do like when I'm buying a meal deal or something, I like the traffic light system. I don't look at any of the actual numbers and I don't look at the calories,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
do try and pick the sandwich that has the like doesn't have any reds and has like
Yeah.
like greens and ambers mostly.
Yeah.
If I'm like stuck between a choice, if I'm like, oh, I want this one or this one, I'll pick the one with the like better color palette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
um,
makes more sense. I'm a simple creature. I can see the colours. I see red, I
yeah,
think, maybe green better.
probably not.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, let's wrap it up for now. That was, believe it or not, that was our talk on weightlifting, but we got slightly sidetracked, but that's fine.
We did.
So let's move on to credits. So credits is our little section at the end where we both take credit for something that we're proud of, that we've done recently. Obviously, this podcast is the brainchild of myself and Teddy, and we do everything really. Jordan, of course, did our soundtrack, our lovely soundtrack, and Em is our lovely guest. So those are our formal credits, but yeah, we're gonna just take credit for something that we've done this week. Do you want to go first, or shall I?
You go first.
Okay, I'm going to take credit for the fact that I have finished a craft today that I have been putting off for months. And the only reason I've been putting it off is because it involves getting out paints, and I store them in a really wanky place in my house. And it's not easy to get
Where
to.
do they go?
They're like right in the back on the top of my wardrobe. And I
Oh
can
my
never,
Lord.
I never see him, and it's very much out of sight, out of mind. And today I was like, I'm not going outside. It's too hot. I'm gonna sit inside and I'm gonna paint my clay fridge. Did you hear my neighbour sneeze? Oh my god, that's the loudest sneeze.
Yeah. Oh my
Jesus.
God. That I didn't realize that was your neighbour sneezing. Oh my God.
That's like the neighbour across the street giving it some welly.
Wow. That's impressive
I
stuff.
know. So yeah, maybe they should take credit for that sneeze because I'm impressed. But yeah, anyway, I painted some clay magnets today in the shape of vegetables. What did you do?
I thought about some really confusing maths.
Ooh.
Yeah, I will say the credit is maybe not deserved because I was procrastinating some other difficult maths with this maths.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, both of which are for work.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, I'm having to do some reading for this thing I want to do at work, and my brain's just not in it. My heart's not in it, even though it's my idea, and therefore I need to figure it out. Instead, I was trying to figure out another part of it, essentially. The
Mm.
bit that I don't have a choice in, almost
Mm.
like I have to use a certain structure of thing for this project.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I'll figure that bit out because I have to do that
I see, right.
rather than figure out the bit that I'm volunteering myself for because I thought it sounded interesting,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you know.
That's a good thing to
That's
take credit for. Math is always good to take credit for.
it's also something I sign myself up for, so
Why do we do
maybe
these
that's
things?
questionable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you for having me.
That's okay.
I feel very, very lucky to be am I the first guest co-host? Have you had another guest co-host?
No, well, I don't know if George counts as a co-host, but I did do one with him
Oh, yes, you did.
earlier
Yeah,
on,
all
and
right.
then Teddy has one coming out, or in fact it's out already with Lux, which came out last week. But you're the first double. You're the first double whammy.
That's true. And I think I was the first guest recording. I don't think I was the first who came out, but I think I was the first one who came on to the pod.
I think so. Yeah.
So, well, I'm sure you'll have me back if you'll let me. I'll be back.
Of course. Of course. You're
And I'm
always
trying to
welcome.
persuade my partner to come on the pod as well.
That'd be fucking sick. Can't wait to talk about probably Slay the Spire for an hour.
Well, that was one of the things I debated bringing, and then I said to him, "Oh no, I think I'll do weightlifting." He was like, "Good, because then I can talk about Slay the
Yeah.
Spire."
That makes sense. Well, oh god, I gotta remember Teddy's line. What do they say? They say, that is all we have for today, but that is far from all we have to say. Join us next week because maybe, who knows, we might talk about your hyperfixation. Tune in to find out. Thank you. Bye.